सत श्री अकाल नमस्कार आज आप बहुत स्पेशल डे है आज आप गल करनी है August 9 to McMahon Stadium Heritage Night and Heritage Game आज आप स्टूडियो पे है Jim McNeil President of the Stampeders and जो है Director of Operations Nick Bora. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thanks very much for having us.
I would like to first start off say you guys are having a great season, second place, you know. And what we want to do is we want to express to the audience today why is it important about heritage culture in Calgary. Jay?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we've seen, over the last, as long as I've been in Calgary, 30 years, but especially in the last 5 years, we've seen the demographics of Calgary change over time. And it's become such an incredibly diverse city from a cultural perspective, which is awesome. Yes. So we want to celebrate that. But when you think about the Stampeders and you think this is going to be our 80th year in Calgary, and we're excited to celebrate with all Calgarians. And so as we invite people to come to McMahon Stadium, we want all Calgarians to come and feel welcome and to celebrate all the different cultural diversity within the city.
Thank you. Nick, same question?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, and we've chatted about it before, Harp, and it's just the opportunity for individuals to come out and experience a game and experience the culture and celebrate together with the Calgary Stampeders. And making lifelong fans, making something that everybody feels welcome in a community together, but then also giving kids the opportunity in the future to see if this is something that they like. Do they like football? Do they like the experience? And then growing and developing it into a future fan from a Calgary Stampeders fan base.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਟੈਂਪੀਡਰਸ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਆ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਆਫ ਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਇੱਕ ਆਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਬ੍ਰਿਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਕਲਚਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਪੋਰਟਸ ਦੇਖੋ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਫੁੱਟਬਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨਸ ਆ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਡ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਆ right Jay next question for you is I know you played for the Stamps. How does it feel to be a Grey Cup champion?
Well, I'm not going to lie. It feels pretty good. I'll go back. I was lucky enough to join the Stampeders in 1994. Yes. So that was 2 years after the Stampeders had won the 1992 Grey Cup. And I got to hear the stories. I got to see the Grey Cup ring that everybody had. So I had a pretty high expectation of what it was like to win. And we had the best team in the league back then. And we went a few years without getting back to the Grey Cup. And when we eventually got back and won it in 1998, it exceeded my expectations of how good it felt. And here we are. We just a couple years ago we celebrated the 25th anniversary of that Grey Cup, and just to bring all our old teammates back and to get together and enjoy it and reminisce about that game. It's pretty special.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that, Nick. I'd like to know more about what you do for the Stamps and how do you take your role in the community.
For sure. So I'm Director of Operations, as you mentioned, so oversight of the day-to-day operations of the club and kind of developing the fan base and growing the ticketing from our aspect of it. For me, the biggest thing is developing new experiences and trying to figure out how we can get more people coming to football games, celebrating together, creating that community that we discussed. So for me, the biggest thing for my job and what I'm trying to do is find experiences that are more than just the football game itself. We need to develop that community, that culture, that ability for people to come and just want to hang out and be a family together as Calgary as a whole.
So, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਆ August ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਕਦੇ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ ਉਹ Stamps the Heritage Night ਆ 10 ਸਾਲ third year most important ਇਹ ਕਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ professional sports ਆ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ community develop partnership ਬਣਾਉਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ important without fans ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ right so Jay just want to touch what I said to the audience here why do you think it's important to diversify your fans? As the city diversifies, it's important for us to connect with all of Calgary. We talk about, together we ride. Yes. And we use that as our tagline for our organization, but it's so much bigger than that. It's about our community and how do we bring people together and how do we, improve the lives of all Calgarians as a family, as a group. We do this together. And so as we diversify our fan base and we celebrate what is Calgary, what is the diversity of Calgary, and what does the Stampeders mean to our community, that's what this is all about. Thank you. Nick, I'd like to know more about your role in the Heritage Night, and can you also share about the fan experience, why you want different cultures to hold the flag?
For sure. I think it's a great moment to celebrate culture and the diversity that is in Calgary. As Jay just mentioned, our growing diversity and culture that is within Calgary, we need to celebrate that, and together we ride, as we say, be together and show community in Calgary. I think it's a great opportunity for all the communities in Calgary to get out there, hold the flag together in their traditional dress, and celebrate where we came from and where we are as individuals in the city of Calgary together.
So I just want to make sure, in order to hold the flag, it's going to be $15 to hold the flag, and then another $15 to get a seat. So $30, they could get this wonderful experience.
So it's $15 all in is the wonderful experience.
$15 all in.
$15 all in.
Oh, wow.
It's a good deal.
Oh, wow.
So $15 ticket, and then for the first 100 people, so the 100 is how many we can have on the flag at one time. So we'll have $15 tickets, and that'll include your access to on-field and traditional dress.
ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ $15 ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਕਮੈਚ ਸਟੇਡੀਅਮ ਦੇ ਫਲੈਗ ਹੋਲਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੇਮ ਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ। ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ। ਆਪਾਂ ਕਾਹਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਾਂ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ, ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਆਪਾਂ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰੀਏ August 9 ਨੂੰ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ August 9 ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ। ਆਪਣਾ ਕਲਚਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਰੀਏ, ਆਪਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਰੈਸ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਸ਼ੋਅ ਟ੍ਰੈਡੀਸ਼ਨਲ। Saturday ਆਪਣੀ ਗੇਮ ਆ, meaning it's our game, and the most important thing is we want to be proud of our culture. We live in Canada, so the most important thing is let's be happy. That's the most important thing, and let's learn to understand and diverse with other cultures. Jay, what does culture and tradition mean to you?
That's a great question, and not to continue to reference the changing demographics of Calgary,
Yes.
right? But it is evolving. It's an evolving piece. And what excites me about this game, and specifically the holding the Canadian flag during the national anthem, is it really is a celebration of all that Calgary has become. You talk about a game, a league that has been around for 112 years. This is the 112th Grey Cup. Next year when we host, it'll be the 113th Grey Cup. So a long tradition. Canadians coming together to celebrate this great game, a game that is largely played in North America. So it's indigenous to where we live, but then bringing all the different groups together and cultures together to celebrate one big culture that is Canada. Yes. And as you said, everybody there being happy and being there in harmony. It's really going to be quite a moment, and we're really excited about that.
I did hear you say Grey Cup. Can you share the audience how we're building that and why this is really important?
Sure.
For them to come out of Heritage Night?
Yeah. Well, with the Grey Cup, and for those that don't know, the Grey Cup is the championship game for the Canadian Football League. And as I mentioned, this 2025 will be the 112th Grey Cup, and 2026 will be the 113th. And why it's so important is fans from across this country come together to celebrate this game and to celebrate our country and the multiculturalism that is in our country. And so, for us as an organization, it's an opportunity to bring Canadians here, to bring new fans, to bring new Canadians that have never experienced a Grey Cup, the game of football, or the Calgary Stampeders in the CFL together in celebration. And we're really excited about what we're going to do next year.
That's amazing, because I know you and I have been, and even Nick, we've been working on this project for a long time. Nick, why is culture important to you?
I think, to me, culture is extremely important, and I think we've been developing ambassadors like yourself who have been supporting us very well as Calgary Stampeders, and just connecting us with people in the community. And I think the big thing out of the connections is the education and the understanding that there's so much heritage and there's so much tradition and there's so much of people's past that until you've explored and kind of gone out and experienced other people's cultures, you don't really understand why certain things are done or what people's traditions are. And I think it's a great opportunity to open up and celebrate other people's cultures and traditions and what they believe in, and just celebrating it all together, to me, is just a great opportunity.
Well, for me, as being an immigrant coming to Canada, the most important thing is I never grew up seeing this. right, and be part of the Stampeders and to be part of what we've been developing. No money could describe what we do and what families say to us, right? ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕਲਚਰ ਹੈਰੀਟੇਜ ਆਪਣੀ ਇਹ ਆਇਡੈਂਟੀਟੀ ਆ ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਮੈਕਮੈਨ ਸਟੇਡੀਅਮ ਨੂੰ ਅਗਸਤ 9 ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਿੰਕ ਭੇਜੂਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟਿਕਟ ਖਰੀਦ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ $15 ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਲੈਗ ਵੀ ਹੋਲਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਨਾਲੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੇਮ ਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਗੇਮ ਟੀਵੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਈਵ ਦੇਖਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ Why is it important to watch a game at a stadium versus watching TV, Jay?
Well, I can, when you think about it from what a game, strictly a business game presentation, so our goal is to give our fans an experience that they can't get on TV. Right, so yeah, you can see the game, you can see the plays, but there's so much more going on, before the game, during the game, and then after the game. And so, from that perspective, it's a great experience for individuals, for friends, for families to come together and experience it. But it's also about bringing people together in community to unite and support. Similar causes. We live in a world that's very polarized right now, yes. And the one thing that can bring people together in harmony is sports. Yes. And football does it's an incredible opportunity for 30,000 people, 30,000 Calgarians from whatever background they are to come together and celebrate together.
I know, Jay, you mentioned family. Nick, can you touch family? Why is it important, and why is it so important to bridge other cultures, ethnicities into one McMahon Stadium?
I think obviously family is extremely important. Every single person in the entire world has family, regardless of who it is. But creating that bigger family and that extended family together is one very important thing in celebrating and being there for each other as a city, as a family, as an organization. I think jumping on family, and we kind of chatted about it, Harp, was the other thing too is having individuals when you come in to have the game, the opportunity for your family to come to the game, celebrate together. It's loud in there, it gets the players excited. When the players are excited, they play better. They're excited for all that fun, but it also gives the opportunity for other generations coming up to explore the world of football, to explore live entertainments, and maybe that leads into a future career for these individuals in the sporting industry if that's something that they're looking for, or a future fan that's going to develop to be a football fan for life.
Thank you. Next question is, we touch the flag, we touch the audience. Let's cultural market, heritage market. What's the drive for that?
So the Heritage Market is another one to celebrate all the culture that we have. So we have a lot of cultural groups that are going to be out for our night market, which will be 3 to 5 p.m. prior to our game. So it'll be 2 hours that will be out there, and we'll have activations from other cultural organizations. The night market will include food, there'll be drinks, there'll be performances put on by cultural groups. Just a great opportunity for 2 hours before the game to celebrate culture and the community together as a cultural night market.
देखो ये टेबल एक्टिवेट करना मंगदे क्या cultural market ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲਿੰਕ ਦੇ ਦੋਗੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟੇਬਲ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਕਟੀਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਨੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਆ ਦਿਨੀ ਕਲਚਰ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਐਸਐਸਟੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਆ ਜੋ ਜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਬਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਸ ਡਿਸਪਲੇ ਕਲਚਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਖਾਣਾ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਡਾਂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਇਹ ਬਸ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੈਸਟਰਨ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਲਚਰ ਕਦੇ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ next thing is the halftime show. What's different about this time's halftime show, Nick?
This halftime show, we're celebrating flag football, and I think you might even be able to speak a little bit more towards the halftime show and the goals that you have as well. But I think it's a great opportunity to show youth and how youth is growing in the football industry and how we have younger individuals partaking in football. So we'll be celebrating a halftime show. We'll have a flag football that'll be going on and have kids that are coming down to the field in front of 21,000+ people that are excited watching these kids run around for the first time at McMahon Stadium.
Now, it is halftime show 15-10 ਮਿੰਟ field pitch hona hai, turf pitch. This saal kids playing ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਿਆਣੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ 7 ਸਾਲ ਤੱਕ ਤੋਂ 17 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਉਹਨੀ field ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਹਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ grow the sports ਕਰਦੇ ਆ different diversity different culture ਨਿਆਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੇਲਦੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ important ਆ ਅਸੀਂ foster ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਚ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖੋ ਹੁਣ culture market ਆ hold the flag ਆ ਨਾਲੇ ਦੂਜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ halftime show ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆਈਏ ਇੱਕ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੀਏ different culture ਆਪਾਂ bingo ਕਰੀਏ. Now last question for you, Jay, is there any message that you'd like to leave with the audience?
Yeah, you know, I think we go back to Together We Ride.
Yes.
And we want McMahon Stadium to be a safe place, a place where everybody feels welcome, you know, regardless of your heritage or background. We want you to come and celebrate with us and be in community with the Calgary Stampeders, and we're excited for it.
Thank you. Nick, any last message?
Go Stamps, go. Hopefully we can fill this stadium and keep winning football games with everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking your time and being at the studio today.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.